This is the shortest flight in the world and lasts less than 2 minutes in total. Why does a flight like this exist? What's it like to fly it? I'm getting on board today to experience it for myself and find out.
I have taken over 400 flights in my lifetime, from extravagant first-class seats to simple economy tickets and everything in between. However, today's flight might be the most unique one I've ever flown. The shortest commercial flight in the world flies between two small islands in northern Scotland named Westray and Papa Westray. The flight only lasts around 2 minutes. But just to get to where this 2-minute flight takes place is quite the journey. So let me catch you up on my last few days of travel. It all started 4 days ago. First, I took a 5-hour flight from San Francisco to New York City. From New York, I had an 8-hour red-eye flight to Geneva, Switzerland. From Geneva, it was a short 2-hour flight to London, where I boarded an overnight sleeper train from London Euston Station to Aberdeen, Scotland. That brings me to this morning. After arriving by train in Aberdeen, I hopped on a famous Scottish double-decker bus to the Aberdeen International Airport. I got checked in for my first of 3 flights today and had a surprising moment. I kid you not, I just checked in for my first flight. The ticketing agent who works for the airline, the only airline in the world that flies to this island, had never heard of Westray. Say what? That tells you how remote this place is. There is a Priority Pass airport lounge here. Who would have thought? I ate haggis for breakfast this morning, which is a mix of sheep lungs, brain, and heart, a Scottish classic. So yeah, I'm gonna have a blueberry smoothie. On the menu there are about 10 to 12 different options, and you can choose 3 of them. I have a shakshuka with tofu, berry smoothie with spinach, and overnight oats with berries on top. It's the first healthy thing I've had in a while. After indulging on some delicious lounge food, I headed to the runway to board Logan Air's 55-minute flight from Aberdeen to the Orkney Islands. Time to board!
I have 3 goals for today. Time the flight personally to see how long it actually takes, make a new friend, and try some local food.
Organise yourself with your nearest exit, bearing in mind it may be behind you. All emergency exits are clearly marked and identified by floor level lighting.
I could listen to Scottish people read a dictionary and be happy. That accent is so beautiful. Welcome to Kirkwall. All right, it is time to board. Our first flight is to Papa Westray. From there, I don't think we're getting off the plane, and then we'll have our 2-minute flight to Westray. So this is it. There's our plane right there. It's tiny.
Okay, so if you then just go around the other side.
Right.
Being an aviation enthusiast, I was geeking out as I took my first walk around this rare plane we're flying today, a BN2 Islander. I got boarded on the flight with 2 other passengers, both locals who the pilot greeted by name. I was given a safety briefing by none other than the pilot himself. That's definitely a first for me. We took off on a very short runway and quickly we were airborne. This is my first time in this part of the world and I'm thoroughly enjoying flying over these beautiful northern Scotland islands. I did have a terrifying thought, however. Most commercial flights have 2 pilots on board at all times. This pilot is flying solo. If anything happens to our pilot, I'm the one landing this plane. Let's move on from that thought. Only a few minutes later, we start to make our descent into Papa Westray. This island is home to 70 people in total. The airport is made up of 1 small building and a fire truck.
Taking the world's shortest flight is just the first of 6 months of adventures I have planned coming up. Traveling can be overwhelming at times. So here's one way I found to make it a little bit easier. This is my Solgaard suitcase and today's video sponsor. I pack pretty much my entire life in this suitcase. This collapsible closet might be the best travel essential ever invented. So when I have to do laundry in a bathtub, yes, that's a real thing, At least repacking is easy. All I do is fold up the clothes, put them in here, place it in the suitcase, and then go. And then when I arrive at a new hotel, all I have to do is pull this out and hang it up in the closet. I've been using this suitcase for 2 years now, and I mean it when I say it is my favorite suitcase I've ever owned. Order one for yourself and get 10% off using my link in the description.
After picking up one more local passenger, we are now ready to take the world's shortest flight. The distance of this flight is 1.7 miles. To put that in perspective, that is the same length as the Edinburgh Airport's runway. The average flight time for this route, wheels up to wheels down, is about 1.5 minutes, and the fastest time ever recorded was 53 seconds. I decided to time it for myself and see how long our flight takes. Once again, the surrounding area is beautiful despite it being a cold and rainy day in Scotland. There are ferry boats that connect these two islands, however the weather is so unpredictable up here and the oceans can become unsafe at any time. People also call this the most expensive flight per flight time at around $10 per minute. We cruise at an altitude of 400 feet before making our descent into Westray.
Thank you, sir. Well, that was fast. That's the baggage car right there. Oh, that was so cool.
My bags are brought to me as I watch the plane depart once again. I'm being picked up today by a wonderful couple, Andy and Karen, who live here on Westray Island.
Thank you for picking me up.
No problem.
Despite it only being 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's already getting dark, but they have offered to show me a few of their favorite spots before the sun sets. We enjoy great conversation as we drive through the lush, green countryside. What a unique place to live.
And how many people actually live on this island?
600.
600, wow. And 70 on Papa Westray?
Yeah.
Are you guys from this island originally?
Yes.
Wow. How is it living here?
Oh, I love it. I wouldn't like to be anywhere else, really.
It seems like such a peaceful place.
Generally.
First stop is the best beach on the island.
They just told me that the man who unloaded my bags at the airport actually built this right here. It's a homemade sauna, and this is the best beach to come to. They said these waves get big enough to surf. Very cool place.
Next up, a castle.
Wow, this is cool. I just learned that this land was settled as early as 8000 BC and has some of the oldest remaining architecture in all of Europe because the settlers in this area were using stone to build when others weren't. That Scottish wind and rain are picking up.
Andy and Karen then proceed to drop me off at a guest house where I'll be sleeping tonight. A very kind woman named Teeny gives me a quick tour and I get settled in.
Oh. The bed passes the bed check. So this guest house is right on the water in the main city of Pirawal in Westray. I think there are 4 bedrooms here, but I'm the only one staying here. She had to come make sure the heat was turned on for me. This is the dining area. There are 2 different tables. Over here there is a little tea and snack area. This is my breakfast order for tomorrow. She asked what I wanted for breakfast. She's like, I'll make you anything. So I said anything but haggis. Just kidding, I would eat haggis again. And then here is my bedroom. Beautiful room with a queen-size bed, a TV, couch, and this is the bathroom. It costs 75 pounds to stay here for one night, so not too bad. Both Andy and Karen and Teeny were so excited that I flew in on a Wednesday. They were like, how did you know to come in today? The chippy shop is open today. They went on to explain that there is a fish and chip shop on the island that is actually a fish processing plant. However, 2 days a week, they will take that fish and fry it up and serve it to local people. And I guess it's the thing to do. Every Wednesday and Saturday, all the locals go eat there. Jack's Chippy. So my expectations are pretty high. I'm excited. Hello, how are you?
How are you?
Good. Everyone's telling me I need to try the haddock.
No,
Got the chippies. I was hoping to see more of Westray tonight. Oh, I just stepped in a puddle. But since I'm here in winter, the sun sets around 3:45. It's only 4:30 right now and it's already pitch black. My goodness, that rain picked up. It is freezing out there. So Teeny dropped me off at the chip shop, but then I had to walk home. I ended up sprinting because it was raining so hard. I'm drenched. She told me before we left that there's nothing worse than cold chips. So she grabbed a plate and put it on this heater for me. It's so nice. All right, fresh from the ocean right next to us. These are huge. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's so soft, it broke in half when I picked it up. Oh my gosh. A little salt on there, malt vinegar. And let's give this a try. Oh my gosh. The batter is so light and crispy. Look at that, still steaming. And the fish is so soft and juicy. Who would have thought? The island of Westray. It's the best fried fish I've ever had. Wow, good for them. I'm gonna come back here again just to eat at Jack's Chippy Shop. Unreal. I took a Swiss Airlines flight the other night and they gave me a box of chocolates as a parting gift. So I'm ending the night with some chocolates, some freshly made tea, and some biscuits that were all here. I'm so British right now. Tea and biscuits. Scottish. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Not bad.
Good. Well, let's do tea this morning.
Tea.
Wow, they have made me a feast this morning. I planned on waking up around 6:30, going for a run into town. But it's so dark out here, I slept right through the alarm. I love how close the community is here. There's 600 of you, right? And so you know everybody, and we were driving down the street, and she's like, oh, there's Michelle or whatever her name was.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you guys so much for everything.
You go do that. It's been lovely meeting you.
Lovely stay. All right, it's about 8:30 now. My flight leaves at 8:50. This is the latest I've ever checked in for a flight. I really didn't have a chance to see any of this yesterday because it got dark. It is beautiful out here.
Did you get your chips?
Oh, so good.
Oh, that's good.
I got the haddock.
Yeah. And is it like this?
Honestly though, I think it was the best fish I've ever had.
Really?
So today I get to do the opposite route I flew yesterday. The world's shortest flight once again from Westray to Papa Westray. I'm gonna time it again, see how long that is. But that's the benefit of staying overnight on the island. You get to do the flight twice. There are 2 flights in and out every single day. And all the locals say they know who's going on the flight each day. So even if you show up at the airport right when the flight is leaving, they'll just wait for you. I like how chill and relaxed everything is here. So this is the only flight I've ever been on where I didn't have to go through security. Andy and Karen were telling me, there's no need. They just grab your bags, put them right on the plane. Kind of crazy if you think about it. Our flight is supposed to leave in 4 minutes. The plane is about to land and there are still people showing up at the airport. I love this so much.
Perfect, we'll see you later. Thank you. Super. I'll strap then, folks. Yeah. If not in an emergency, can you sit and handle at the top, lift jets into your sheet, and we'll go to Papa Westray next, think.
There we have it, the world's shortest flight. What a fun experience. Thanks for coming along with me.